by about 38 to 40%.
No.
And this is the condition. There are any number of reports. Supreme Court has a ruling on this.
Sir,
there are many commissions, inquiry reports are there. Reform recommendations are there. Indian jails are terribly overcrowded. There are 70 to 75% of the inmates are under trial prisoners, and this is the condition. Particularly, Tihar jail is overcrowded by about 200%.
Was he on suicide watch? I don't know. If he was on suicide watch, why was he kept with others?
I mean, there could have been lapses in management, and there could have been lapses. It ought to have happened, but it has happened. There is certainly something which which is something bad.
Mr. Subramaniam, you buy the argument put by the police persons tonight on the show?
Arnab, only to start with, we have to wait for the report, unfortunately. But the circumstances are so suspicious. There are so many questions, unanswered questions which have come. Unless the report which comes out in the next 2 or 3 days touches all these questions, there will be a huge lack of credibility that is being exhibited in this program right now. In other words, a very simple one-page statement, a postmortem and an answer will not answer the question we need. Mr. M.N. Singh, for whom I have a lot of regard and respect, says, crowded hai, all this goes on in India, murders take place, custodial deaths take place, suicide takes place, as if that is the norm in our administration of justice situation. I think this is the most important case for the last 10 years in India, the most sought after. The justice has been cheated by either murder or by suicide or by homicide or whatever. And I think it is atrocious. I've got a number of larger issues to cover. Since you wanted to cover at this particular point only this issue, I am taken aback how this man in a fast-track case, in this kind of can be put with 2 or 3 others.
Totally.
Why did they not watch? Were they moonlighting when this happened? Was the guard not there? There are more unanswered questions than facts available. It's important. If a bland report comes that it is suicide or homicide, I think it will be heavily suspect. People will not buy it.
Well, I think, we'll have to get more detailed answers. Maxwell Pereira, before I come back to you and M.N. Singh, I get into the debate. Bharti Ullah, co-director of Haq Center for Child Rights. Go ahead. She has a question. Go ahead, Ms. Haq.
Well, the point I want to bring in is that even if this is not the norm and an aberration, the fact is that there are issues that need to be investigated. The circumstances in which this death has taken place is leading us to a lot of questions. And it's important to raise questions, but it is also equally important to keep in mind that we do not conduct a trial right here. Having said that, I think this is also a time when we need to discuss the torture bill once again. It's been pending. India is also a country which did not ratify the Convention on Torture, but we fortunately thought of coming out with a bill. It's time to discuss that bill. What are the procedures that we need to have in place in case something like that happens?
No, we will come into that. But I think the discomfort with which Maxwell Pereira, Aryaban Sundaram, both of you reacted to my specific questions needs some... I'd like to push the line of questioning. Maxwell Pereira, let me push this line of questioning with you. And I know that you'll say it's a media trial. But the fact is, 3 inmates. I want to know whether Maxwell Pereira, such an experienced policeman, and M.N. Singh think the question I'm asking is rubbish. 3 inmates sleep as Ram Singh commits suicide. The fact is that despite being under strict vigilance, the jailer posted outside his cells fails to see what's happening. It all happens very quietly, and for 2 hours after that, the Delhi police does not know. Just tell me, gentlemen, does this add up? Maxwell Pereira, does it add up? Prima facie.
Yes. Okay. Yes, agreed. And that is precisely what every speaker has said. There are questions to be answered. Will you give the people responsible for these answers to give an answer? Or do we just debate and speculate in thin air without knowing the answers, just saying that, well, we should hang someone, we need someone's head to roll? Is that the issue here? Because throughout the debate, I'm saying every speaker has said there are questions to be answered.
Well, I think
these questions need to be answered. I'm in full agreement with that. But what else?
Do you find it a suspicious case?
Do you
find it a suspicious case?
At this moment, when no questions are yet answered, we have no answers to these questions yet.
No, do you find it a suspicious case or not? M.N. Singh, do you find it a suspicious case?
I do find suspicious.
I told you
but then those suspicions have to be allayed. Have to be allayed after an inquiry. Now, in those inquiry, if there were three, the first question I asked in an interview this morning was if three other people were there in the same cell, how is it that they slept through it?
Exactly.
I mean, there are people who have the ability to sleep through even thunder, but as you say, it doesn't add up.
So, but it doesn't add up. But we are told it's a suicide.
Let the postmortem.
We are told it's a suicide. Unless these questions are asked, entirely possible that the police will hush up their own inadequacies by saying it's a suicide.
You said.
I beg to differ with you, Arnab.
There are suspicions. There are suspicious circumstances.
I would like to correct you here. I don't think the police has made any statement that it is the case of suicide. Police are still investigating. And when the policeman investigates a crime, he starts with a suspicion. He has to rule out first whether it is a case of murder. If that is ruled out, then whether it is a case of suicide or there was any torture inside the jail, all these things will be investigated.
Where is the clarity of how he died? As a policeman,
I start with all issues open before me and with a suspicion, and I have to rule out all possibilities one by one, step by step.
Yeah, you say that even the policeman here should be brought under the investigation.
Of course.
And so should those who were in the cell.
Because it could be a case of suicide. It could be a case of murder. It could also be a case of a police torture inside the jail, which might have led to certain these things.
I'm glad.
All these things have to be investigated very thoroughly. But the fact remains, and I agree with Mr. Subramaniam, that there is a lot that needs to be done in the prison reform.
I don't want to get into broader issues. No, I don't want to get into broader issues. I want to ask the specific issue.
This is an occasion. You must focus on this issue, larger issue also.
I'll get into larger issues. I'm asking here today, where are the CCTV cameras? A person in the Nirbhaya gang rape case, ringleader, was there a CCTV camera? And before that, I'd like to ask V.K. Anand, who's lawyer for late Ram Singh. Tell me, Mr. Anand, was there any psychiatric evaluation of Ram Singh which confirmed suicidal tendencies?
Exactly, very important.
Actually, I can tell you, it's very surprising that even no information was given to his advocate or the family member till 2 p.m. Despite this fact, we requested him what happened. Even today, I went to the Tihar jail and asked the police authorities, please tell me what about all these things. But nobody ultimately cooperated. This is very surprising. Nobody even has given information even to the advocates. So I think this is absolutely a unbelievable story which has been put forward by the Tihar authorities before the public itself. It is a total failure of the security arrangement in the Tihar jail itself. It is not, whatever the story there have been ultimately put forward, it is not believable at any cost.
Precisely. And will this
yes.
No, one second. Purnima Advani, will this have an impact on case? Will it have an impact on the case? Aryaman Sundaram says it will have zero impact on the case. Purnima Advani.
No, according to me, it would have an impact on the case. He is the prime accused. But Arnav, one other point that I would like to make here is, all the speakers are united in one point, that it requires investigation. It is either A or B or C. You cannot deny the fact that while he is in custody in a high alert jail, the jail officials have been at the lowest negligence. They have not even cared to place a vigilance. You rightly asked about CCTVs. There has been not a statement whether there was a suicide watch. Tihar is a jail which is supposed to have the highest number of social and psychological counselors in any jail in this country. And what has happened? Has there been any statement from Tihar jail? There is such a hush on everything. I'm sure the investigation will take its course and all. But we cannot hide from the fact that this death has happened while in high custody, and the police was not informed for 2 hours, and there is supposed to be a watchman guarding the jail. What happened to all those people? What went wrong? These are questions which are extremely crucial and lead to a high degree of probability that something non-normal has happened.
I'm sorry, Mr. Mr. Pereira, it's all adding up to the alleged incompetence of the police authorities once again. However uncomfortable as this may sound, because if this is a case of suicide, it has to be something absolutely exceptional here. You'll say it's a media trial. There are cases, Mr. Pereira, Priyadarshini Mattu case, the accused was the son of a police officer. Only after media outcry and public pressure was the case reopened. So let you know, the media has a right to ask the questions. And very often the police has to reopen the file because of these questions.
This is one more question.
Yeah,
I think we need to also figure out
Mr. Pereira,
how many
Mr. Pereira
opinions do not disappear, isn't it? You are saying that the police have a lot to answer. Here we are, who is responsible, the police or the jail administration? I mean, I love the way you use words and just to, I mean, the perpetual whipping boy is the policeman. I don't say policeman doesn't commit any, lapses. But here you are debating who is responsible for this. What did the police have to do in this suicide case?
Mr. Maxwell Pereira,
the jail authority cannot specify from his responsibilities.
Yes, go ahead. Mr. Anand is responding to you. Yes, go ahead, Mr. Anand.
I say police authority or the jail authority cannot pay from his responsibility. It is a duty of the authority. Particularly in this case, trial judge has specifically passed an order for the security of the accused person itself. But despite this fact, no direction, no action has been taken.
Let's get more and more specific. Let's get more specific, Mr. Maxwell Pereira. As per the Delhi jail manual. As per the Delhi jail manual, Delhi jail manual is silent about suicide watch, but it says about what should happen to inmates in the case of medical supervision. And the deputy superintendent of the prison should inform the medical officer about any inmate in need of medical attention. In this case, there was absolutely nobody who said this man could commit suicide. Let's keep a watch on him.
Even today, court has taken a very serious view about
police
this case
has even informed the Tihar jail. From your discussions and debates, I gather the police had already informed the Tihar jail to be careful about him because, there could be a suicidal tendency or whatever. I do not know the facts. I'm going by what has been debated on your channel. And yet you are blaming the police. For what?
Mr. Maxwell Pereira, today, because both the Tihar jail and the Delhi police are giving us a stunned expression. And they are trying to informally pass off a theory that the man killed himself, which is not adding up.
Delhi police has categorically said that they are investigating. The police will investigate. They cannot categorically say it is a suicide or a murder before, the post-mortem report comes. Please get your facts right, Mr. Arnab Goswami.
I think there is need to clarify that there is some confusion about police and the prison. There are two different
I don't want to get technical on that. I'll say jail authorities.
When you are blaming Mr.
Let me say jail authorities.
Mr. Maxwell Pereira is taking objection to you blaming the police again and again.
No, one second.
The jail administration is a very separate department. But that apart,
I'm not blaming Mr. Pereira. First of all, he has nothing to do with this case. I'm not personally blaming him. He knows that. But what I want to know today, whether as senior police officers, both of you gentlemen, who have been at the helm of the Mumbai police and the Delhi police, would like to tell the people watching the news that, listen, it all adds up. It's potentially a suicide. Or do you think...
I start with a suspicion. I said the attending circumstances create enough doubt about this whole episode. It could be a case of murder. At this stage, I can't say anything more than this. But let me tell you, as far as the jail administration is concerned, the negligence aspect is concerned, it is clearly a case of negligence. And I mean, when somebody commits a suicide and is killed inside the jail, obviously the prison administration has failed in certain aspects, and that has to be looked into, because it's not an ordinary case. It's a very serious case. The whole country
one second. Sources are telling us,
and the whole country today feels cheated that this man, the prime accused in this case, has gone without facing the trial and telling the entire truth.
Mr. Aryaman Sundaram does not think so. When I made that point earlier, that the whole country feels cheated, that this man did not face justice, Mr. Aryaman Sundaram seemed to disagree with me. Mr. Sundaram, do you still disagree with me on that?
Look, the fact of the matter is that the evidence against him, and he is the prime accused, seems very strong. Now, the fact is that is not going to affect the trial at all. Why? Because so far as the accused is concerned, he was not going to come and give evidence with regard to others, or he was not part of any further investigative process. So it's not going to affect the trial at all. The trial will continue against the others. Now, so far as he is concerned, whether he took his own life or whether he was murdered or whether it was custodial death are matters of investigation to be found out, which will take its own course. And this is where I feel and I believe that Indian custodial conditions are terrible.
No, but
Indian custodial conditions, including security for prisoners, is terrible.
Gentlemen,
and the issue really is that this highlights that more than anything else.
No,
we keep putting people into jail and saying no need of bail right now, let them be in jail longer. We keep forgetting that our custodial conditions are dangerous. Now that is the issue. Is it going to affect the trial? No,
I see
not at all.
I see two hands go up. I see two hands go up. I see three hands go up out there. I'd go to TSR. So, okay, first I'd go to the lawyer first. I was challenged some time back by one of the panelists who said, Arnab, why are you going on and on saying who said it's a suicide? Nobody said it's a suicide. I am quoting from a news report. According to a news report, an official of Tihar jail has been quoted as saying this. He tied all his clothes together and used the ceiling grill and a wooden stool to hang himself. So I am not writing fiction here on the NewsHour, gentlemen. I am coming back to that debate. This is not something I'm making up on the NewsHour. Do you believe the story of how this man killed himself?